Alright guys, so sometimes we might want to program in such a way where we actually increase the range, especially if someone's particularly mobile and they're able to do a deadlift off the floor, we might want to then program what's known as deficit deadlift. So we're going to get Em to perform this in a moment, but we just want to talk about actually what we need to be considerate of with the plate here. So as you'll see, Em will perform this stepping on the plate, so if you step on the plate now, and in order for her to be able to perform this, it's important that first of all we need to have the range to be able to do it straight off the floor, but assuming she does, what's going to happen is she's going to hinge at the hips. She's then going to lock that position in, bend at the knee, and arms are going to be down. Imagine you've got the bar. And she's going to keep bending at the knees, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So you'll see that with this variation, there's a lot more quads in order to get this weight off the floor. So that's something you have to bear in mind, that we have to have enough hip flexion range and also enough ankle and knee flexion to be able to get into that position. So assuming that Em's got that in place, she can stay there. That barbell is going to come in. She's going to hinge over. Butt down from Em, there we go. So you'll see the knees are going to have to drive a little bit more forward. Shoulder blades are right over the top of the bar. She's going to create a ton of tension through the floor, so she's pressing the feet through the plate. But slack is pulled out of the bar, and then smooth lift off the floor. Good. She's then going to own that eccentric, lowering down nice and slow, getting towards that end range of the hips flexing, and then she's going to keep that fixed while breaking at the knees all the way till she touches the floor at the bottom. Now, if we wanted to, we could also do what's called a floating deadlift. So if we get Em to now hinge back, to bend at the leg, and she's going to go all the way down, but just until she's literally just short of the floor, then she's going to stand back up and bring the bar down in onto the foot, all the way, roll it forward. So the thing that's important here, and I'll just get Em to stay bent over here with her hands down, if I'm going to get her to do this, it's important that the bottom of this plate actually needs to get below the height of the plate. If we're going to do a floating deadlift, there's literally no point in doing a floating deadlift if the bottom of that plate is not going to get below there. Now, one thing we can do to emphasize this, so if we want to really guarantee that we know we're getting below the height of the plate, then we just have to be careful about getting the bar off the floor. Initially, if you really wanted to, you could lift the bar up and then step up onto the plate, but we can actually make the deficit a little bit more pronounced so that we are being super clear that there's going to be some clearance between the top of where the plate is and the bottom of the plate on the bar. So we'll get Em to grab the bar. Yeah, up to the top for me. There we go. And from there, she's now going to hinge at the hips. She's going to lower herself down, bending at the knees, bending at the knees, bending at the knees. You'll see she gets below the height of this top plate here. Doesn't quite touch the floor yet. And up. Now you actually managed to get to the floor there, but if we're doing a floating deadlift, the goal is going to really make sure that we don't touch the floor. She's going to go down to her end range, hold, and then back up. This is going to place a tremendous constant challenge on her throughout the entirety of the movement. Deficit deadlift.